Today we're going to talk about sticking to your goals when the going gets tough, being able to stay on task as the year progresses. So often I hear people that set goals that are not specific enough and don't give you enough focus, motivation, stick-to-itness to get the goal accomplished. I'll give you an example of this. Clients that will come in and say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to lose a certain amount of pounds. But there's nothing tied to the pounds. So how does somebody 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months stay on task? I had a buddy of mine that I was talking to recently, and we were talking about setting goals for the year. He's a successful guy. He's a great athlete. And it was interesting. He gave me a weight loss goal, and he said, I want to lose, I think he said something like 7 pounds. We could say 7 or 10 pounds. But it was not a big goal. But what was interesting about setting that goal is behaviors were not necessarily tied to the goal. So whether he accomplishes the 7 pounds, anybody can lose 7 or 10 pounds. You can decrease the amount of calories you eat. If your life depended on it, you could lose 7 pounds. But then what? What happens when you lose 7 pounds? And if you don't do it, quote unquote, a healthy or right way, most people put that weight right back on. And so in this situation, the reason I bring it up is it's so important that we set a goal and we have reinforcing behaviors that help us to attain that goal. So if in this example, let's say someone wants to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds, great, okay? You want to lose 10, 20, or 30 pounds. Now, how do we track that? Well, on a behavior basis, what are you doing daily or weekly? So I would say, okay, are you lifting weights 3 days a week? Are you doing cardio 3 days a week? Are you tracking some form of your calories? Specifically, all the calories you consume. If that's too much for you, are you tracking your protein? But we've got to have some measurables that you are doing on a day-to-day basis so that once you get to the end of the day, the end of the week, you can look back and say, I've done these specific behaviors that are going to help me get to that goal. Otherwise, we're kind of flying blind. So picking behaviors that are going to reinforce a goal, very important. And the second thing is finding behaviors that you want to do. So my buddy, for example, he's a waterman. He loves the ocean. He's competed in ocean events. He loves the salt water. He loves to swim. He loves to paddleboard. He could go for a walk on the beach. He could do any of these things, actually. But what would be very important when we're assigning or picking what kind of cardio he would do on a weekly basis, I would put in an activity that he loves. So that may be going for a swim, or that may be in the ocean. That may be going for a paddle. That may be going for a beach hike or beach jog. But I would put one, or depending on his availability, at least one time a week he's getting to the ocean. Now he lives at the coast, so he can get there. It's not a big deal. For me, that would be a big deal. I'm 3.5, 4 hours from the coast. But for him, no problem. But the reason I say put that in as a behavior, once a week, I'm going to go to the beach to do my cardio. The reason I put that in as a behavior is because it's something that he actually looks forward to versus like I'm going to set his cardio goals and I'm just going to do treadmill. He didn't want to do treadmill. He doesn't even actually like doing treadmill. Treadmill is not his thing, right? So finding targets, you set your goal, and then the reinforcing behaviors are things, in a perfect world, some things that you enjoy doing, you look forward to doing, which is only going to keep you more on track 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 4 years later. Because I can promise you this, you can set the most, weight loss goals you want, and you may or may not hit them. But if you set a goal and you reinforce it with behaviors like, I'm going to do 3 days of cardio and I'm going to do 3 days of weights. If you train for 6 days consistently, I know most people do believe this too. If you train for 6 days a week for a year, you will transform your body. You will transform your physique. You will feel immeasurably different, especially if you're in the camp where you are not doing those things at all. Or you're in the camp where you don't do them, or a camp where you're doing, some. So back to the beginning of this, back to closing up this talk. Find the goals that you want to accomplish, and then set reinforcing behaviors that you can track on a daily, weekly basis. That is a secret tip to helping you to stay focused and attaining your goals this year and in years to come. Try it out. You can always give me feedback. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.